the hell can afford one of these full-size SUVs right now in today's economy? In particular, the Chevy Tahoe or a Yukon or a Suburban right now? That's the topic I've come across here on social media, and I wanted to add a few points to that discussion. So here's how I fell on the subject. So while I was out scrolling social media, I came across this video from a gal named Kira. Feel free to go jump in the comment section because it's pretty wild. Her whole video wasn't about affordability. It was about what was the vehicle that you bought, that you mainly bought it to show off, but you really don't like it. And honestly, the comments is where I was so entertained because a lot of people who are in the SUV gang, and particularly the mamas that like to drive the Suburbans and Tahoes, man, the fights broke out left and right. And I was so entertained because one gal said, well, you can't own a Tahoe. Actually, let me show you the actual quote. So this comment in particular really blew up. This gal goes, I feel like everyone in the comment section is hating on Yukon, Tahoe, and Suburbans because they can't afford one. So you can imagine this really stoked the fire. And she goes, instead of being able to afford the Tahoe or the Suburban, they're just stuck with a crossover instead of a true SUV. And boy, if you go to that video, look at the comments on this one. So I thought about her comment a little bit and I go, is that really true? Do you think people who can't afford it are just hating on the ones that can't afford the actual Tahoe? Well, really, let's take a deeper dive into those who buy the Tahoe if they can truly actually even afford them. So while I was even on the Chevy website, I was looking at all of the trims and all of the prices. The majority of folks out there are jumping into either a Z71 or a premium. And if you're really banking, you're going in that high country. So are you ready for this fun fact? So I extrapolated data utilizing AI, and that over 85% of all new car purchases are financed, which is an increase from 2009 to where we're at currently is over 75%. But you know what? It gets better. And even more alarming is that over 79% of actual new Chevy Tahoes purchased are actually all financed. Now, it didn't give specifics, but here's the reality of the situation. Can those who actually are in the Tahoe that everyone seems to be talking about, can they truly afford it? Or are they all putting them on 84 months financing? Because just at 72 months at today's spot rate on interest rates, and this is for the total value of a Tahoe that is an LS trim, which we know most are going LT or higher, your payment on that on 72 months is over $1,000. When we already know the vast majority of financing terms, most are going towards 84, it's so bad that they're actually going to 96 now. If you can even get it with cap insurance, good luck. So I guess my whole point with this entire video is I don't think those who are defending their position saying, well, you just can't afford it, that's why you're hating on Tahoe. Honestly, the overwhelming majority and the data would prove that most Tahoe owners can't even afford their own Tahoe because one, they're in a negative equity situation, or they financed it for well over 84 months, making their debt to income astronomically higher. I would just say this in closing, you guys. It's not worth buying anything if it puts you in a really bad financial position. So whether or not you drive it and think you can afford it is two different things. Actually being able to afford something and thinking that you can afford it are two different mindsets. So just keep that in mind. My point with this video is just buy smart, don't over leverage, and make sure you're always having money to put towards savings to then roll into your investments, because it's just not worth it. I don't care how nice the car is, and they make a beautiful car. I'm not debating that. It's just not worth saying, hey, I can afford this. This is the lifestyle I deserve. I'm not saying that people don't deserve it. I think you can work towards it. But right now, the data would say overwhelmingly the majority of Tahoe, Suburban, and Yukon drivers cannot even afford their own vehicles. That's all I got. Let me know in the comments what you guys think.